I can't really put my finger on it, and I don't really know what it is. But what I do know is El Clasico is coming up this weekend. And I remember years ago, I would get so excited for El Clasicos because I knew Messi and Ronaldo were about to stand on business. These guys were about to give us everything that they had in their gas tank, and we were about to be so entertained. We were going to watch players like Dani Alves and Marcelo and Luka Modric and Xavi and Iniesta. And for years and years and years and years, even after Xavi and Iniesta, Messi and Ronaldo kept this torch going. And when they left, it never really felt the same, right? El Clasicos never really hit like that, those nostalgic days. And maybe it's just because I'm older now that I say that, but this El Clasico that's coming up this weekend, it's fireworks, and I'm ready for it. And I haven't been this excited for a football match outside of Portugal when Benfica plays in a very, very long time. This is the most excited I've been for a football match since the Messi and Ronaldo days because the storylines are phenomenal, okay? You have a number 9 in Lewandowski that's playing very, very, very good football. You have a number 9 in Real Madrid that goes by the name of Mbappe that still needs to prove to football fans that him going to Madrid is to help Madrid, not just for his benefit, but for him to also benefit Real Madrid in a way. We'll talk about it. You have a young winger in Lamine Yamal that's ready to prove to the world, hey, what I did at the Euro is not a fluke. I'm that guy. And on the other side, you have Vinicius Jr. that goes, hey, I'm winning a Ballon d'Or, and guess what? I'm about to showcase why I deserve the next one as well because I'm about to get 2 back-to-back. I'm about to cook so hard that I'm going to make it so I win 2 Ballon d'Ors back-to-back, and I'm still a young man. I'm putting myself out there like that. And then you have a storyline of Rodrigo, who's a phenomenal player, but injured and not playing. And then you have the storyline of Rafinha, this Brazilian winger that was phenomenal in Portugal at Sporting. Quickly gets bought and I believe goes to France, I believe it was. Gets to France and then from France goes to England, I believe it was, and then he ends up at Barcelona. And a lot of people are like, well, does Rafinha deserve to be at Barcelona? And he's proving to everyone this season, I'm him, bro. I deserve to be at Barcelona. Not only do I deserve to be at Barcelona, but the way I'm playing right now, if I continue to play like this, I'm going to let myself be known to be one of Barcelona's best players at the moment. And that's what he's trying to prove to the world because he is cooking like he deserves to wear that shirt. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's not nobody out there. I don't care who you are, okay? I don't care who you are. I don't care what football analyst you are. I don't care how many football matches you watch. I don't think anybody could have predicted this turnaround for Rafinha. I don't think anybody could have. Because the way Rafinha is playing is something that is actually mind-blowing and insane and awesome to watch. But we go back to Mbappe, and this is something that really needs to be talked about. I read a massive tweet that went viral on social media that said if Mbappe would have joined Madrid 3-4 years ago, Vinicius Jr. probably would have been benched, and it would have been Mbappe's team. And now it's Vinny's team, and Mbappe has to prove himself. In so many ways, I do believe with this tweet. I do believe that that's facts. I do believe that in a way that's true. But at the same time, I also believe that maybe not. Maybe it wouldn't have been the case because we've never really seen Mbappe out of PSG. And here's the biggest thing for me: I don't really think that this is Mbappe not really. How do I want to word this? I don't think this is Mbappe struggling to adapt to Spain and Madrid because Mbappe struggled in the Euros. I think all of us watched those Euros and we expected something from Mbappe. And yes, he took an injury, but we did not get the Mbappe we thought we were going to get at the Euros. I think Mbappe has been struggling a little bit in football. Now, his numbers are still great. You look at his numbers and how many goals he has per game for Real Madrid. It's still great numbers. But it's also still early, one thing that I think that is important for us to do as football fans is to never turn our backs on somebody too early because You see what with Lewandowski. Last season, a lot of people said Lewandowski didn't deserve to play, and Victor Roque should have been playing, and Victor Roque was a better option, and that Lewandowski isn't the same Lewandowski, and this and that. And then you turn around, you look at this season, and Lewandowski, in my opinion, as a number 9, and a number 9 of age now, is playing brilliant, and he's supporting the guys up top. He's getting goals when he needs to. He's being a good hold-up number 9 when he needs to. He's just playing a phenomenal all-around, playing that position really well for Barcelona and giving them exactly what they need. So turning our back on Mbappe right now would be kind of silly because, you know, you turned your back on if we just would have turned our back on Lewandowski, we would have never got to this. So I think Mbappe is going to be fine. I think the hardest thing for Mbappe right now, if I'm being honest with you, is that Real Madrid didn't need him. And what I mean by that is this: Real Madrid in many games last year didn't need a number 9. They were fine with Vinicius Jr., they were fine with Rodrigo, and they were fine with Jude Bellingham. They were fine. But sometimes when a game got tough, they needed that big number 9 to come in, and that's when Joselu stepped in and did what he had to do. And Joselu was good for that. Mbappe's not that. And what this team needed was a Joselu type player that was really good, that could score all the time, that could hold up the play all the time, that could make great runs in behind all the time, that could do all of these great things all the time. And that's what Joselu could give Madrid, and that's what Mbappe, in my opinion, cannot give Madrid because he's a different type of player. See, I'm going to bring up another name really quickly. People talk so negatively about Haaland's tap-ins, but what people don't realize is teams, when they play against Man City, they stack the box, 9, 10 defenders, and Haaland is making movements that he's finding ways to find the ball in the box for easy tap-ins. That is the number 9 IQ. That's why I praise Cristiano Ronaldo so much in world football, because people don't understand how hard it is to change from being a left winger and understanding and having the knowledge of a number 9, having the knowledge of a 9, of the Van Nistelrooys, the Drugbas, the Haalands. That's not easy. The Lewandowskis, knowing how to fake a defender out and get into space for easy tap-ins, it's hard. You have to understand that, right? And I praise Ronaldo so much for being able to do that. And I praise Messi so much for being able to be an outside winger and then switch inside to a center forward type cam player and do that so well, because now all of a sudden you went from being a winger and now all of a sudden you're a Zidane or a Kaká or an Iniesta. Now all of a sudden you got this. What these guys did is crazy. It's not normal. And what we're asking Mbappe to do now is from being a winger at PSG, a winger that is so much like what Cristiano Ronaldo was, where it's pace and step overs and quick movements and nobody can defend him into shooting into the box, or nice long shots, quick move in the box, score. Now you have him, hey, you're going to be in the middle of 8 different defenders and you need to find space, right? You need to go make a movement that Vinny and Rodrigo or Jude Bellingham can find you for a tap-in. We need you to do that. We need you to place yourself in the box to win a header. We need you to do that. But that's not Mbappe. Mbappe is give him the ball on the edge of the box and let him cook. Let him go ahead and do some step overs. But when you have Vinny who does that, Rodrigo who does that, and now Mbappe who does that, it starts to become very difficult, and it starts to become a lot of the same type of players, and there's nothing different there. And that's why I think it's very hard for Real Madrid to play right now. So Ancelotti or someone's going to have to get to Mbappe and kind of help him figure out his role at Real Madrid. Because do I think that Mbappe would have walked into Man City and been way better and walked into a lot of clubs and been way better? Yes, I do. I do think that he would have walked into City and cooked, or United or Arsenal, even Barcelona. I think that he would have walked into those situations and absolutely went crazy. But the difference is Vinicius Jr. Is one of the greatest players in world football right now, if not the best. So you're not taking his wing from him. So now you need to adapt to a completely different position. But that's why they gave you the 9. And you got to know how to play the 9. They didn't sign you to be a winger and they signed you for this. So that storyline in itself is amazing. You know what else is amazing about it is that we get to watch it. Because, guys, we're going to watch it. Mbappe has enough talent and Mbappe has enough ability that he is going to adapt into that number 9 position in an amazing way. And I don't know how long it's going to take. Some players take longer than others. He's going to get it. He's going to understand it. And when he does, it's going to be amazing to watch. But in the meantime and in between time of waiting for it to happen, we're going to see a little bit of a decline from Mbappe until it happens. Could happen this weekend. Could happen the next weekend. Eventually, it's going to click, and eventually, it's going to hit, and eventually, they're going to understand how to do it. But until then, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. And now it's up to Barcelona to take advantage of that struggle. Okay, Real Madrid's trying to find their identity. Real Madrid's trying to find what team they want to be. Real Madrid's trying to find how they can use Jude Bellingham, Vinny, Rodrigo, and all these guys together. Mbappe, let's take advantage of that. I would actually, it's going to sound crazy, I would actually love if Real Madrid came out against Barcelona in a diamond. But when I say a diamond, allow Jude Bellingham to be that center forward, have Vinny go on the left, and tell Mbappe to go on the right. Be like, yo, Mbappe, I know the wing is not, this is not your preferred, but you're going to be on the right. And then you cut inside and do what you got to do. Make those runs inside. I would prefer to see him on one of the wings. And if you're not going to take Vinny from his spot, throw him on the right, let Jude go into that position he had last year and see what can cook over there. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe that will make him more comfortable and adapt to the team quicker, in my opinion. But who knows? Like I said, and then you got Barcelona that is cooking on all cylinders, bro. There's nothing negative to say about Barcelona. New manager, new style, new way of playing, a fast way of playing, an aggressive way of playing, high press. Everything about them looks amazing right now. There's not much that you can really say that doesn't look amazing. But we know, football fans know, real football fans know, El Clasico is different. I don't care if you just beat Bayern 10-1. I don't care if Real Madrid won their game 7-2 and they came back and scored 7 goals in 1 minute. This is El Clasico. Anyone can win it. Every player is going to leave it all on the table. There's not going to be one player that leaves that field and acts like they didn't give everything they could possibly give. This is the Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Happens twice a year, sometimes more if we're lucky. But this one is different. This one has superstars. This one has storylines. This one has stuff we haven't seen in a long time. And it's two teams that can score a lot of goals. It's two teams that can defend well, sometimes from Madrid. And it's two teams that are going to leave it all on that field. And I cannot wait for this El Clasico because everything that we think is going to happen, it's going to be completely different. And it's going to be wild and it's going to be insane. And I'm ready for it. And I wish we could get it more than twice a year. I hope they meet each other in the Champions League. I hope they meet each other in Copa de España. I hope they meet each other in the Super Cup. I hope they meet each other everywhere because I want to see Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, and Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo go up against Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Lamine Yamal more than twice. That's what I need in my life. I cannot wait for this game.